Hello, everyone. My name is Callie Beach, and today I'll be presenting my service leadership project titled Viking Voices Strengthening Parent Engagement Through Meaningful Communication and Connection. This project was completed for LEED 6904 External Development Leadership for Cultivating Partnerships at East Carolina University. The focus of this project was identifying ways D.H. Conley High School could strengthen communication and engagement with families in order to build stronger school community partnerships. The overall goal of this project was to increase parent engagement and improve communication between families and school leadership. After reviewing school data and meeting with stakeholders, it became clear that many parents wanted more opportunities to understand school processes and communicate directly with administration. To address this need, we created 3 Viking Voices sessions, which were informal coffee conversations with school leadership. The first session focused on course scheduling, registration, and academic pathways. The second session focused on student experience and support systems. And the third session focused on reflecting on the current school year and preparing for the next school year. We also created surveys to better understand parent concerns and guide the conversation topics for each session. Several major concerns were identified throughout this project. First, communication methods were not consistently reaching families effectively. Although the school used social media, all calls, and flyers, parents still reported gaps in communication. Second, there was a noticeable decline in PTSA involvement and overall parent participation at the high school level. Third, many parents lacked understanding of important school processes such as course registration, dual enrollment opportunities, extracurricular activities, and support systems. Finally, the school struggled to receive meaningful feedback from parents through surveys and engagement opportunities. These findings demonstrated the need for more intentional, relationship focused communication strategies. When looking at stakeholder perspectives, parents expressed appreciation for opportunities to communicate directly with school leadership and ask questions about school processes. However, there were also concerns about low parent participation, weak PTSA involvement, and inconsistent communication practices. Parents often relied on students to relay information home, which frequently led to misunderstandings or misinformation altogether. The research aligned closely with these concerns. Research consistently shows that family engagement positively impacts student achievement, school culture, and behavior. The research also emphasized that parent involvement tends to decline as students move into middle and high school. Additionally, parents are more likely to participate when they feel welcomed, respected, and included in decision-making processes. One of the strongest themes from both the stakeholder and research perspectives was that communication and relationship building must be intentional if schools want meaningful family engagement. To address these concerns, several action steps were implemented. First, I met with the principal to discuss the project goals and identify parent engagement needs. We then created surveys to gather feedback about parent understanding of school processes and opportunities available at D.H. Conley. To promote the events, English and Spanish flyers were distributed at curriculum night, posted on social media, and announced through the school's all-call system. 3 Viking Voices sessions were scheduled in the school media center to provide parents with a welcoming and informal environment to ask questions and engage in discussion. We also used attendance tracking surveys and parent feedback to evaluate the effectiveness of the sessions. There were several important takeaways from this project. First, parents clearly value direct communication and respond positively to welcoming, informal environments where they feel comfortable to ask questions. Second, clear, consistent, and accessible communication is essential for improving parent engagement. Interest in school involvement does not always lead to participation, especially when the communication relies heavily on students relaying information home. And finally, stronger parent-school partnerships and more inclusive outreach strategies are needed to overcome communication barriers and increase community engagement. This project reinforced that effective engagement is not simply about sharing information. It is about creating meaningful relationships and opportunities for collaboration. This project also had a significant impact on my leadership development. It strengthened my understanding of stakeholder engagement and reinforced the importance of listening, adaptability, and collaboration. I also gained a greater appreciation for qualitative feedback and how valuable stakeholder perspectives are in improving school systems and communication practices. As a career and technical education director, I plan to continue applying these lessons by strengthening communication with families, community partners, and stakeholders. Overall, this experience reinforced that effective leadership is not about having all the answers. Instead, it is about creating systems that encourage communication, collaboration, and shared decision making. Thank you for your time.